Good morning. It is Wednesday, so it's time for my midweek pickup. This week, I want to talk about being under construction. If you live in Houston, you see it all the time. I-10, side roads, downtown, 290 especially. All of those places are places that are usually under construction. But today, what I want to talk about is how you place yourself under construction so you can become a better person and, do the things in life that you're supposed to do. Now, me, for example, I have been under construction. I'm almost like the 290 project, not as long as it's been for 290, but my construction work has been going on for quite some time now. I believe it really started for me right when my daughter was born, and then it has then progressed. She's 3 now, so now I'm at the part of the construction where things are starting to look a little bit better. You can see where I'm going with my reconstruction, if you will, and pretty soon, well, I know I can see what the outcome is going to be versus what everybody else may see or whatever. But let me talk about putting yourself under construction. It's something that we all are going to have to do at one point in our life. Whether it be mental, physically, or spiritually, we're all going to have to put ourselves under construction. Right now, I'm in that category of everything. I'm trying to put myself on, well, I have put myself under construction for my mind state, for my spiritual state, and for my physical state as well, especially now that I'm not working a job where it's going to be taking up all of my time. Now that I have a little bit more time for myself, I can really focus on myself a little bit better. And I'm not saying that you can't do that while working. You just have to be a very, 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 very good time manager. My little cousin came over here this past weekend, and we had a long discussion about basically things that happen as you get older in life. It's a lot of things that in your younger state of mind that you would not have been doing if you were a little bit older and mature. And we kind of went down that road. My little cousin's about to get married now. I've seen him change in miraculous ways. Some of the things that he used to do, he does not do at all anymore. A lot of people think that just because somebody is younger than you, they cannot be an inspiration to you. That is completely incorrect. This is somebody who's been like my little brother for my whole life, and to see the change that he made is not only inspiring, but it makes me very proud of him, and to see him going through the things that he's going through. Now, when you put yourself under construction, it's a few things that you're going to have to know and realize. Number one, sometimes when you're under construction, you're going to have to be to yourself a little bit more than you were. Meaning that you might not be going out as much, meaning that you might not be in contact with the same people that you are usually in contact with a lot, and meaning that your whole mind is going to kind of flip in another perspective that somebody else may not understand. Well, let me explain this to you. Just like you see, especially on 290, and you're looking and you're like, why is it taking this long? I don't understand what they're doing. That's exactly what's going to happen when people see that you have put yourself under construction. Now, it's not something that you need to go and verbalize to everybody, hey, I'm under construction. I'm trying to do this for myself and blah, blah, blah. That's not going to get you anywhere, because when you boast about it, usually it's not going to work in the way that you want it to work, or it may be a little bit slower than what you think, because a lot of times when you put your business out there, especially if you're trying to self-improve, you're going to have a lot of roadblocks, and a lot of roadblocks equals people that's going to hate on you, because a lot of people will try and define you for your past. And I've said this before, the past is something that's in the past. It's called the past for a reason. You're not supposed to be looking over your shoulder all the time, because what's behind you is behind you. That's where you need to keep it. Only time I really look behind myself is if I think somebody's following me. That's it. I've now gotten to the mind state to where I'm looking straight forward. I'm looking for the next thing. I'm looking towards the future. That's something that's inside of the construction plan that I've made for myself. I'm not looking behind me because there's nothing back there for me. I'm looking to the future because I want to go to where I'm supposed to be. I want to go and be in the place where I'm looking at. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking ahead, so I want to go ahead. I'm not trying to go backwards. Another thing that you're going to experience when you come under construction is it may be some things that you fix that you're going to have to refix again because they may break. Now, I say this because you might have a pothole that you didn't fix or something, and I'm using analogies here, and the pothole may not be, stable enough for you. So you're going to have to go back and refix that. And that's the whole point of being under construction, because when you are under construction, there are going to be times where you're going to have to fix something and you think it's completely fixed, and then something's going to come back and it may destroy your patchwork that you did. So you're going to have to do reinforced work. Another thing that when you're under construction that you're going to have to realize is that there is nothing that should hold your process back. You have to know that you need to keep going, and you have to know that this is something that is for you. This is something that's going to make yourself better. It's not for your mom or for your dad. That may come later on. You may be trying to become. This is what I pray for when I pray, and I'm not going to say I pray every day and everything like that, or every night, because sometimes I do forget. But when I do pray, I ask God, God, please help me to become a better person, a better father, a better husband, a better son, a better friend, a better brother, a better cousin. And I go on like that, a better business owner. I go on like that. That is my prayer. That is what is in my construction plan, to become better. And that's what it's all about. That's why you put yourself under construction, so you can become better. That's the whole reason for us even breathing today. God didn't put us on this earth to stay stagnant and be the same person. God put us on this earth to evolve into something greater, to evolve into his image. So if we're not doing that, then we need to take a look back and see what's really going on. It's so many people that I've encountered in my life that I've either helped get to a certain point, and these people are completely gone now. And you think back and you're like, man, I wasted so much time on this and that and blah, blah, blah. You didn't waste your time on anything. The thing about life is that you're never going to learn anything unless you go through it. Every experience in my life, every person in my life, I owe something to, because I've drawn something from them, from that experience. Whether it was somebody that was completely wrong for me and should not have been in my life, I have probably learned a little bit of something from them that I can take. So next time when a situation like that occurs, I can be like, hey, I've seen this before, so I'm ready for it. So I'm going to dodge it instead of going into it like I would usually have done. The great thing about being under construction is there's a lot of clarity that's involved with it. And that's probably one of the greatest gifts God has given us is clarity. When you can look at yourself and see and know, hey, a couple years ago I may have did it this way. Now I can look at myself and say, hey, I know that that's not the right course to take, so I know that I'm not doing it that way again. And that's the mental part of the construction. Of course, the physical part is eating healthy, staying in shape, trying to make sure that your body is set up the way it needs to be so it can fight off sickness and be prepared just in case you do get sick and everything like that. But the spiritual aspect is, for me, is just getting closer to God, just knowing Him in a way to where some of the mistakes that I've made before, I know not to make them again. This whole construction thing is something that is very hard, but once you get into it and once you get the hang of it, it's going to be something that's going to come easy. It's almost going to be like second nature because you know what your goal is and you know what you're going for. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Well, it's not really short, but I'm going to end it at this. Put yourself under construction. Get aspects in your life that you know you want to get under control and put that into your construction plan and then just do it. That's all it's about. It's just doing it, becoming better, getting your construction complete. So when you look back at yourself, you can be like, hey, I might have had a few potholes and I might have been a little scarred up right here, but since I've came through my construction zone and I've completed my project, I'm a completely new and different person. No scars, nothing holding me back, and everything pushing me for evolution, because that's what it's really all about. With that being said, I'm going to see y'all next week. It is Easter week. So happy Easter to everybody. I hope everybody have a good Friday and have a good Sunday in church. With that being said, I'm going to holler at y'all next week. Peace out.